Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bella and today we're going to be starting a whole new series for 2025. We are going to be doing the Read It or Unhaul It challenge. So I think these are going to be monthly videos where I just go through all of the books on my TBR, pick one and basically read it and decide if I want to put it on my shelf or unhaul it. So I have got my whole TBR in here. This is like 150 books, which is, I know, it's ridiculous. No, actually, I think I'm at 170 books on my TBR now. So that is just like absolutely ridiculous. So these are color coded. Pink's romance, green is fantasy, blue is YA, and yellow is literary fiction. And then other is, I think it's purple. But anyways, we are going to be going through basically my whole TBR this month because I want to try and get my TBR down by at least 30% this year, which is like 60 something books. So we're going to just pick one, and as we go, we're going to keep picking and see if we want to read it. If we read it and then we unhaul it or we shelve it, because I just want to get rid of books that I'm just not feeling and all of the etc. I think I'm in the mood right now for anything and everything, so we're just gonna choose one just randomly, and yeah. Okay, we've got one. Okay, this is romance because it's pink. Can you see that? Ooh, okay, guys. We got Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I'm worried about this one because I loved Love Redesigned, but this book is literally 600 pages. A 600-page romance book. That is just absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, we are going to be reading this book and we're going to see if we are going to unhaul it. I hope that I don't unhaul it because I do want to collect the rest of the series, but we'll see how we go. I know that this is between, it's a single dad romance and she's the nanny and she's like a songwriter and everything. So I'm very excited to read this one, but we will see how we go. Hi, hello, little update time. I have been reading Love Unwritten. I am now on page 91 on chapter 12 and I've already cried. I have already cried. I know. It's just like, so basically this is like a nanny single dad romance and the child has, I'm not too sure what the actual condition is called, but it's basically where he's got really, really bad eyesight and he's like estimated to go either like fully blind or like just on the brink of fully blind by like the age of 20. So this poor kid, he's only 8 years old and he is like really, really struggling. And because we have like a very like grumpy kind of dad, he doesn't really like tell him much about his condition and how he's feeling, and I'm there like crying because like it is just so heartwarming, and seeing Raphael's reaction being like, oh my god, is this my fault? Like, am I too closed off? Like, it is just heartbreaking. It is so good so far. I'm actually really liking it. I was worried that I wouldn't like this one as much because it's the main female character. She is a songwriter and I'm just not too sure if I'm like really into that. I guess we'll find out more, but we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of just like not sure if that's kind of like my vibe, but I'm interested to see. I kind of like, it kind of like gives me the ick when they're like really good at singing and then they just like sing. I don't know why. It's just like a me thing. I don't know, because I'm just like, in real life, like if someone started singing to me, I don't know how I would feel. I feel like I would be like kind of like awkward, like, you know, I don't know, but I'm actually liking this one so far. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say yet. It's kind of like just set up, like we're 100 pages in. There's like nothing's really like happened really. Like you kind of like get a glimpse into the characters, how Ellie's been working with them for the past like 8 months or something. And yeah, I think it's pretty good so far. There's like a little bit of like backstory with Ellie. She had this best friend and her best friend like basically screwed her over big time. And so I'm interested to see like where that plays into this as well. But yeah, so far really enjoying this. We are going to keep reading though. Hi guys, little update. I have finished Love Unwritten. I feel like I didn't really update too much while I was reading this because I was listening to this mostly on audiobook, but I would read here and there just like while I was driving, because I was driving to work a lot during the time that I was reading this. So I just thought, okay, easy audiobook, let's do that. I had 1 credit left on Audible, so I just thought, why not use it, especially such a big book. Let's talk about this book. First of all, it could have been like this short, but I really did like the characters, and I think because you spend so much time with the characters, like you do really like them, and I really liked Ellie and Rafa's sort of connection. I felt like they were really cute, and I think there are a few topics that were touched upon, and there are like trigger warnings for all of these. There are some content warnings with self-harm and just toxic relationships and everything like that, and so I think that she sort of dabbled into these topics but didn't really explore them probably, especially with the SH situation of the whole thing, and there is also like sexual assault and everything. It is quite like a heavy book, and I also just wish that she had like touched upon some of these a little bit more, because some of them were sort of just thrown in there and then not really explored properly, which is fine, but I mean, I think if you're going to throw it in there, you should probably delve into it a little bit more, especially if people are, it's very like a very big topic where people can very easily get triggered by such things. Anyways, moving past from that, I just wanted to pop that in there. I really like the characters. Nico, I was crying at the start because of how sweet this beautiful boy is. I think I touched upon this. I'm not too sure what the medical condition is called, but he has a problem with his eyesight, and he's only 8 years old, but he's already like really struggling to differentiate from different colors and stuff. So I really just felt for him, and it just broke my heart seeing like him sort of like being really upset that he like can't see and everything, and it was just so heartwarming. Again, such a beautiful book. I actually had such a fun time with this. I think Lauren Asher just knows how to write a romance book. It is just so much fun. Again, could have been a lot shorter, but I enjoyed my time. I'm not going to sit here and complain that it was boring. Like, it definitely wasn't. Definitely could have been shorter, definitely more compact, but I had a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to keep this on my shelf to match my Love redesign, which I also loved, and to match the future ones that are coming out. I'm definitely not going to unhaul this. So yeah, that's the other thing, is like, this challenge is kind of like, I pick a thing, I read it, and like as soon as I finish reading it, I either decide to shelve it or get rid of it. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to keep this book. I ended up rating it a 4 stars. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm very excited to continue the series. I think I know who's going to be next, and I'm kind of excited for that story as well. But yeah, I feel like there weren't much critiques on this. Like, it's a pretty good like romance book, and I honestly thought that I wasn't going to like the whole like musician part of it, but I actually really did. I think it like touched upon it really well, where to the point that I actually really enjoyed it, and I loved our characters, and I thought they were really fun to read about. But yeah, that is my little quick review for Love Unwritten, and now we get to choose the next book. I'm a little bit worried for this. Don't mind my wrapped books. You will see that in another video, guys. But here we have our little thing. Again, they are differentiated by color, but we're going to choose our next read. I don't really know what I'm in the mood for. I'm kind of anything. I think I'm going to do a blind pick. So let's try and like get some from the bottom, pop it on the top. Okay, let's do 1. Okay. This is a yellow. I don't remember what the yellow was. Yellow is literary fiction. Okay, our next read is, if you can see that, Hamnet, and that is by Maggie O'Farrell, I think. I haven't got my actual copy here, it's at my other house, but I'll pop a photo here as well. This is Hamnet, and I've heard such great things about this. I know this is like a retelling of Shakespeare's family, where he is actually not named because it's more about the family and how they dealt with him traveling and everything like that. I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to read that, and I'm going to get back to you guys. Maybe in this like vlog, I'm going to try and do like 3 books per log, and like maybe make it like a little monthly thing, like 2 weeks or something, because that could be really fun. But Hamnet is our next read, and let's just get into it. Hi everybody, I thought I would really quickly come on and just do like a little unboxing, because I got this penguin package and I just was really excited, and I kind of wanted to post it somewhere. So we are going to unbox this. Wow, it literally came on my doorstep today, and I was like, do I make a TikTok about it? Do I just like put it in my video? No way! Guys, I'm so excited. This is Fable for the End of the World. This is by Ava Reid. She also wrote Lady Macbeth, and then she also wrote A Study in Drowning. And I got the arc. My dog, there's like a thunderstorm happening right now. My dog is really scared, so just, oh, so cute. Anyway, sorry, she is the same author as A Study for Drowning, and I got an arc for that as well. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is the back. It says, survival, sacrifice, a love that risks everything. So we got a note here. This book is a love letter to 2010's dystopian fiction. Already I'm obsessed, because that is what got me into like my like serious like reading phase. I've always been a big reader, but like 2010's dystopian phase is like what got me. And now the future feels close. But amidst every familiar echo, this is also a book about love. I hope you fall in love with Mel and Incia's story too. Love, Lily. March 2025, if you can see that. I am so excited for this. Oh my god, Penguin, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I'm obsessed and I love you guys, and I actually literally just want to read it now. I'm like actually like fully tempted to like read this now, even though I've got a few books to get through. Hi, hello, little update for Read It or Unhaul It. I've been reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. You guys saw that I would have gotten this book in the jar, so I've been starting to read this. I was kind of nervous because I'm not in the biggest like literary fiction mood at the moment, but I'm really liking it. I'm on to page 50 and I think the writing is very beautiful. I'm kind of like, because I'm kind of like focusing on the writing, it's like kind of like hard to like see where the story's picking up. Basically it follows our main character Hamnet, and he is the son of the man who will not be named in this book, but it's Shakespeare, and it basically goes through Hamnet's life and his absent father. And basically, I mean, it says it on the back. Basically, it like literally says this on the back that Hamnet actually does pass away, and then 4 years later Shakespeare actually writes the play Hamlet, and it's just, I think it's really beautiful at the moment. The writing is really beautiful. I'm not super invested, but I think that's kind of like a me kind of problem, because this isn't something that I would like sort of like immediately be like, I need to grab that and read it right now. It's kind of one of those ones that like, oh, I'll read it to it if I like feel like it or whatever. But I'm actually quite liking it. The writing is just like incredible. The prose, chef's kiss, absolutely love it. I think she's a fantastic writer. I'm pretty sure this is, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't know if this is her debut novel as well, but this won the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2020. But she is very talented, this author. I'm really interested in kind of like, it's going now back into how Shakespeare met his wife and like how that met, and it's actually really interesting, and like seeing that backstory, I'm really liking it. But yeah, that's my little update. I'm literally like barely anything into it, but we're going to keep reading and see how we go. And yeah, let's see if I finish it, if I want to shelve it, or if I want to get rid of it. So that's that little update for there. I don't know if I can really say much more. Hi, hello. I am so sorry for the lack of updates, but I have actually just finished, literally within like the last minute, Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. So I didn't update much on this book because I was reading it as an audiobook, so I feel like it was kind of hard for me to like do little updates. But anyways, I ended up rating this book I think I'm gonna go with 3.5 stars. I absolutely love the writing. I think Maggie O'Farrell is so talented. The way she just compels and like brings the reader in is just like absolutely insane. It was really good. I think at the start it was really hard for me to get into it, like with the characters. I didn't really feel connected, and then some things started happening. I mean, it's pretty much like on the back of the book, things started happening with Hamnet. I started getting quite like invested, and I was like, oh my god, no, this is actually so upsetting and so sad. It's kind of crazy to see the way that, especially with Shakespeare, because he had a whole family, and this goes through his whole family. They don't mention him by name. They talk about the family and how the family was when he was like abandoning them. He pretty much just like went to London, literally abandoned them for like years and years. Hamnet died, he comes back and then like leaves again. And then I feel like the mother, wife or whatever, her name is Agnes, and you just feel for her so much because it is so upsetting, and you can just see her from this beautiful character with so much life. You can see how his choices and his decisions and the way he does what he does to her basically impacts her so much. She just becomes such a shell of a person. But it was really good. I really liked this. I was definitely captivated towards the end. It took me a little bit to get into. I don't think it's going to be one that I'm wanting to kind of like stick with. Like, I don't think I would ever reread it. I think I would kind of like look at it on my shelf and be like, oh, I read that. So for that reason, I think that I am going to be unhauling this. just to give some more space on my shelf for new books, but also just because like as much as I did enjoy this book, I mean 3.5 stars is not a bad rating in the slightest, but I just feel like I'm not going to reread it. It's, you know what I mean, it's not really like bringing much of an impact in my life, so I am gonna unhaul this. And that is kind of like the nature of this like series as well, is to read things, and if they're not something that's really gonna stick with you, or they're just something you're not going to reread or whatever, get rid of it. I've got so many books that are just like literally the shelves are packed. So that is my little review for Hamnet, and we are going to choose our last book for this little video. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm kind of feeling a fantasy, and I'm pretty sure fantasy was green. But do I feel like a romance because it is February? Okay, I'm either going to go pink or green, but sorry, I'm feeling whatever I pick up first. Okay, I got pink. I can just see like the little edge of it there, if you can see that. That's how I know it's pink. Okay, we've got, ooh, okay. We've got Set On You, which is by Amy Lee, I think. I think that one is where she is like a fitness influencer, and then he's something, I don't know if it's like enemies to lovers or what it is, but we're gonna start reading that now and see how we go with that book. I'll keep you guys updated. Hi, hello everybody. Long time, literally no see. I'm still reading Set On You by Amy Lee. I'm actually listening to the audiobook. I'm pretty sure I would have mentioned that in like the last clip. I do not remember how long ago the last clip was. It is literally the 20th of February right now, and I just haven't really been itching to pick up this book. I've been listening to an audiobook, and then, you know, with Spotify, how it literally just like you have to wait a month to like renew your thing, and I didn't want to have to buy it on like Audible or something, so I just decided to wait until my credits came back. But I'm now 43% through this book. I actually just seriously do not know where my physical copy of this book went. I genuinely cannot find it anywhere. I have looked everywhere, literally nowhere to be found. I don't know where it's gone. But anyways, we'll do like a quick little update on my feelings for this book. So basically, I'm sure I would have told you this is about a plus size fitness influencer and like a firefighter kind of guy. I'm 43% through this book, so I'm almost halfway, and it's okay. The overarching message of this book is really beautiful, and I love that it's for so like body positivity and just really beautiful in that manner. But I am just so not connected to these characters. I couldn't care less. Our main female character is annoying. I do not see any chemistry with our main male character. Like, they start off as enemies because he like stole one of her like gym equipment things, and then she just like keeps calling him like the squat rack thief guy. It's just like this big thing where she hates him because he's like rude to her at the gym or something. And it's just so, this sounds bad, but it's so millennial. I'm sorry, okay, but it is so millennial. Like, literally some of the jokes they're talking about like TikTok and stuff, and I just simply do not care. I'm sorry. I simply don't really care about these characters. I just don't care about their dynamic. I don't even see any chemistry going on. Like, they only just found out their names, like each other's names, and it's literally like 43% into the book. It's almost halfway. She only just figured out what his name was. And then there's like this whole family connection as well. Their grandparents, something happened with the grandparents or whatever. But I just like, I'm already halfway through, so I may as well finish it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll end up finishing it, but I just simply again, don't care about these characters. Like, nothing is standing out to me. Like, I just know a year down the track I'm gonna be like, I read that, like I do not remember that book at all. It's one of those books, and it is sad because it has such a good message, and it could have been so good if you just really put the time and the effort into building these characters and building these big arcs and making them so believable and relatable and everything. And like, I do understand that she is relatable in a lot of ways, our main female character, and I do love that she, like, the author is like spreading this message and everything. I think it's very beautiful, but it just doesn't really stick with you. I'm just like not obsessed, which is fine because this video is all about going through my physical TBR, testing, and then see if I want to keep it on my shelves, which are already at like max capacity. capacity, or if I want to unhaul it and give it away to a home where someone will actually love it. So that's kind of where I'm at with this book at the current moment. I am going to continue listening to the audiobook. I'm on chapter 15. It can only go up from here, so we're gonna go do that, read some more and see how we go, try and finish the book and decide whether we want to keep it or unhaul it. We'll see how it goes, like when I finish the book. Hi, hello, new day, new book finished. Yes, I did end up finishing Set on You. I'm pretty sure it's by Amy Lee. So I ended up finishing this book today. I think I'm gonna rate it a oh my god, I was about to say 5 stars. I'm going to rate it a 3 stars. I think it was very mid. I think it was like a cute romance, but it was nothing that like stood out to me. As I was saying before, couldn't see myself looking back on this in like 3 years time being like, that was such a great read. Like I don't think I would remember it, like even now. Anyways, it follows our 2 main characters. So we have Scott, and he is a firefighter, and her enemy, a gym enemy. And then we have Crystal Chen, who is this like plus size. She gets shunned from the fitness community because she is a bigger person, and she's doing all her fitness routines, and she's really big on body positivity and self-love and everything, and it is a really, really good message. I would have spoken about this before, but I do really like, and I really liked where it ended up. I think like romance book, you kind of know where it's going to end up, so it's not like that big of a reveal, but I still think it was really fun. I had a really good time with it. I just don't see myself looking back on it, and it wasn't really memorable. I think some of the plot lines where they were going literally they were just kind of stupid. Like I feel like they were just put in there literally for one scene and then forgotten. It was like Scott's ex-girlfriend or something. She was like Disney on Ice Star, and they had broken up, and then they decide to get together, and it's like, oh, but you've just come out of a relationship, blah blah blah. And then she shows up like later in the book, but like not even, it's like for literally 1 sentence, and then it's just like it didn't need to be in there. That didn't need to be added. Like it added nothing to the story, and I feel like the 3rd act breakup or like whatever conflict, it just made no sense. I didn't like find it believable. I was like, I think that's just been thrown in there for a 3rd act breakup. Like you didn't even have to break up in this situation, they just did. Anyways, that's my little rant. I did end up finishing this book. I think it was a 3 stars. I mean, whilst I was reading it, I genuinely was like thinking about like 2.75 stars, but I think the ending was cute. I liked where it ended, and I liked the characters. Like they were okay to me, so I just did a 3 because I feel like that's kind of like middle vibes. Like it's mid, it's okay. Didn't like absolutely love it, but I didn't absolutely hate it either. So I think 3 is kind of perfect. That's where we're gonna leave it. But yeah, so we have read 3 books for this video, which I can't believe it's taken me like it is like literally almost March, and it has taken me so long to read these 3 books. I feel like it was more Set on You that took me a while, because then Spotify kind of like messed around with that like listening hours. Don't even get me started on that, it's so annoying. Anyways, that is basically my little wrap up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you kind of like liked all of the books I read. I read Set on You, I read Hamnet. What was the first book that I even read? It's been so long that I actually do not remember. I'm gonna have a look, because I actually don't remember what the first book I read for this like vlog was. Oh, okay, I read Love Unwritten, which I absolutely loved. And then Hamnet was okay, not my kind of book, but I still liked it. I thought the writing was really beautiful. And then Set on You, which was just, again, okay. It was like an okay romance book. I don't think I'm gonna be continuing the series, because I know it's like an influencer series, just because I'm not that crazy about the writing. Like the writing was so mid. Like, I mean, it just didn't really like reel me in. Like I was kind of like, oh, I'm still listening to this audiobook, like I'll just listen to it whenever, but I wasn't like avidly like wanting to pick it up or anything. So I think that is the vibe that it's going for. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for 200 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.